You won't believe what these cameras caught. 7 times ordinary life flipped into something that doesn't quite add up. Bedrooms, hotel rooms, backyards, a hospital parking lot, a forest, and even a living room toy all play their part. We'll show you the footage, what the uploaders later said, 2 down-to-earth ways this could be explained, and 1 unsettling possibility that leaves the rest unexplained. Watch closely and decide for yourself. First up, a second-floor bedroom. A father named Stephen recording a quiet afternoon with his young daughter while she plays. The camera sits on a dresser. Suddenly, the blinds twitch as if someone pulled the cord. Then the bedroom door swings open on its own a few minutes later. Right after that, the overhead lights flicker and go out, and the video cuts with the child still in the room. Stephen later told viewers the window was closed and the daughter was playing on the bed the whole time. The family eventually moved out of the house because they were worried. 2 possible mundane explanations: a draft or pressure change from an HVAC system or an adjacent door could nudge lightweight blinds and cause an errant slam, while a faulty circuit or a short could explain the lights flipping off. Or it could be a camera artifact. A frame jump or momentary lens flare made the blinds look like they moved more than they did. And the unsettling question: could something unseen have been manipulating the room when no one else was present? But that's only the start. Now picture a lone hotel guest in the Lake District filming a skincare routine in her room. She hears knocks that seem to come from the wall, and the phone on the mirror jiggles as if hit by something. Then she notices hangers and a cluster of clothes on the closet floor that weren't there a moment before. She called reception. Staff told her no other guests had been reported in that corridor at the time, and they came up to check. The guests shared the clip online, shaken but cautious. Practical explanations include sounds traveling through plumbing or pipe expansion, where weird metallic pops and knocks sometimes mimic footsteps or raps in old buildings. Vibrations from an adjoining room, someone closing a door or a rolling suitcase could send hangers clattering. On the other hand, some viewers suggest the classic poltergeist pattern: sudden localized disturbances centered on one person or one room. Was there a trick of acoustics and building systems, or something actively tossing items around? If you thought that was eerie, wait. In Sacramento, a man named Joey posted video taken from his backyard showing what looks like a pale face peering through thick bushes. The camera catch is brief: a light, hollow face framed by leaves, watching from the underbrush. Joey said he called police after seeing it. Officers checked the area, but the figure returned later.
He built a fence to keep it out, but subsequent clips show repeat appearances near the property line. The simplest and sadly plausible explanation is someone hiding or a peeping Tom using cover to watch the property. Another non-supernatural possibility: a mannequin head or novelty prop, or even a reflection of something pale in the yard caught at an odd angle, could create that eerie face. The question that chills viewers: could that pale watcher be something that doesn't belong here, returning to the same spot without explanation? Jen and her dog hurry away, and her upload admits no one else was around at that moment. There are natural possibilities. Foxes and certain other animals can produce sounds that, at odd pitches and when combined with echoes, resemble human screams. Sometimes a person in distress or a prankster yelling can produce similar audio. Acoustics in a forest can warp a sound into something more otherworldly than its origin. Or, for those who look for ghost stories in every howl, could this be a spectral wail, a banshee-like cry, or residual sound tied to the place itself? Last, a quiet living room bathed in holiday lights. A dog sits, fixated, as a small Santa doll on a shelf seems to twitch and rotate on its own, all captured on a phone placed nearby. The owner zooms in, and the doll's head appears to shift ever so slightly, the motion just enough to unsettle viewers. The dog barks softly, but doesn't approach, keeping a steady stare until the clip ends. A practical take is that the doll has a loose joint or a hidden battery mechanism that made it move. A gust of air from an HVAC vent or an open window can nudge lightweight decorations, and camera angle plus a slight parallax can exaggerate tiny movements. There's also the possibility of clever editing or a staged prank. But the notion this has echoed for ages in folklore, toys that move on their own, leads to the unnerving question: could an everyday object be influenced by something unseen, observing the living as much as the living observe it? Before the recap, a quick note on aftercare. In some uploads, owners followed up. Stephen told viewers his window was closed and later moved his family. The hotel guest said reception checked the corridor. Joey reported police visited his property. Where uploaders offered updates, those notes are part of the public record. Where updates were absent, the clips remain unresolved. No clip here is presented as proof, only as footage that raises more questions than answers. Across these 7 moments, patterns repeat. Ordinary spaces becoming uncanny, pets tuning into something we don't notice, and objects acting in ways that resist quick explanation. For each clip, we've weighed simple mechanical or human causes, alongside optical and acoustic tricks, and then left the door open to a more mysterious possibility. Which feels more persuasive to you? Which of these 7 incidents made the hair on your arm stand up? Was it the blinds closing with no visible cause? The hotel room disturbances? The pale face in the bushes? The broom that fell in front of an unfazed cat? The sudden face by a hospital car? The forest scream? Or the Santa doll that seemed to move? Tell us which clip convinced you and what explanation you favor, mundane or supernatural, in the comments below. If you liked this episode of Strange Footage, hit like and subscribe for more compilations of unexplained moments.
Send your clips to the submission link in the description. We review everything, and your upload might be featured in a future video. Thanks for watching, and keep your camera ready. Sometimes the ordinary reveals the unexplainable.